What up, everybody? Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to the chat. This is Gamma Effect coming at you live. We got a pretty good topic today. Passport Bros, a deep dive into why Western marriages are doomed. Look, this is the knowledge we need, is it not? We're going to get right into it. We're going to review this video, and it's very, very intricate. We're going to take a deep dive today, baby. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so we can get this content out to everybody. That's how it supports the channel. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And we're going to get it done.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsycHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is why most marriages fail. So we know that the divorce rate is extremely high in the Western world. More than half of marriages end in divorce, which should be an absolutely terrifying statistic for any single man in the West. Now, the reasons behind this exorbitant divorce rate are widely debated and hotly contested. And there's a good deal of validity to a lot of these points, especially those that consider the perverse incentives for women who initiate the lion's share of divorces to end their marriages. However, I have a very simple explanation as to why most marriages fail that cuts to the heart of the issue. Here it is. The reason why most marriages fail is because marriage is inherently a very humble institution. And because of its fundamental humility, it cannot support all the extra bullshit that people are subject to piling on top of that institution. Like a bridge that collapses when it takes on too much weight, marriage is just not designed to support more than what it was built to do. And at the end of the day, what a marriage was built to do is to provide a context for people to come together and raise children. That's it. Everything on top of that, everything that people are subject to piling on top of marriage, the love, the romance, the exclusivity, the duty, the religiosity, the sacrifice, the security, the legal status, the social consequences, the financial incentives, is heavier than what the institution of marriage was designed to support. And of these many things, it is love, in the sense of romantic love, that is heaviest to bear.
All right, let's talk about it. Let me take the music down a little bit because we're going to get into this. That's very interesting. Now, what this man is saying is, at the end of the day, it comes down to expectations. We're putting far too much on top of marriage. And we're also getting married in situations when we don't need to or maybe shouldn't. When it's time to have children and raise a family and turn those kids into productive, functioning, capable, healthy adults, then that's when we need to get married. It truly is a partnership in raising children. Now, when you add in the legal status, you add in religion, love, especially love, as he states, love is the most hampering aspect of marriage. It's when the expectations of marriage become too much. Why do people get married? They've got all these Disney attributes that don't really make sense. When it comes down to it, marriage is duty. Like the great late Kevin Samuel said, marriage is for duty. People have lost track of that. Now, if we keep it to duty, we keep it to children raising, I think it would be successful. Not in the West. Of course, you still got to be a passport bro and go overseas. However, even when you go overseas, if you got kids already, if you don't want to raise children, I don't see the point of really going down that rabbit hole of getting married. You can probably have a nice girlfriend. You can have a relationship. You can have a couple relationships. And live in your passions and do what you enjoy. It's just not necessary. If a woman wants to treat you well and come by and be good to you, enjoy that woman for as long as it lasts. You never know what life's going to hold. Let's go back and let's screen share again and see what are the points he raises. This is some pretty deep knowledge. She does a great job of breaking down the history as well.
Prevalence of the love marriage, which is a conflation of two very different things, the love affair and the domestic partnership, is fundamentally to blame for the situation we find ourselves in today. Marriage wasn't designed to be both a structure for raising children and a container for passion and fulfillment. That just doesn't make sense. Lamborghini does not make minivans. And love is just one of many additional things with which we are inappropriately subject to burdening marriage. We see a similar trend in contemporary attitudes towards work. For instance, the function of a job is to provide people with an opportunity to earn money in exchange for a service. That's it. Everything on top of that is additional weight that the institution of a job was not designed to support. A job was not designed to be fulfilling. It was not meant to be a source of meaning. It was not meant to provide you with an identity. And it certainly wasn't designed to be exciting or fun. The institution of a job was created to provide people with the opportunity to earn money in exchange for a service. Anything on top of that is more than the institution was fundamentally designed to support. It is not necessarily a problem when a job that pays well is not fulfilling. The problem is expecting fulfillment from a job that pays well. Do you understand? Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from it.
Very interesting. So let's get into it. Now, he relates it to a job. Yeah, a lot of us got jobs. A lot of us make money. A lot of people leave jobs because it's not fun, because it's not fulfilling, but you might be getting paid. I think it comes down to expectation management. This is some reality for your ass. This is a lot of people really have been sold a line of goods. They really have been taught that, our career is something that should make us happy. Our relationship is something that makes us happy. Yo, shout out to International Ronin. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for showing up. Salute. A job isn't necessarily, a career isn't necessarily anything other than the ability to earn the type of money that you need. Now, if the job isn't paying enough, then maybe that's something for cause for concern. But if you're getting paid really well and the job isn't detrimental to your health, then the expectation should probably be to, have that job be a vehicle to get you to the life that you want. For instance, I'm looking for an online remote opportunity, in addition to YouTube, so that I can get the things that I want out of a job. I don't care if it's fun. I don't care if it's enjoyable. I got 10 hours. I got 8 hours for you, a few days a week. If I can make that happen, I'm doing it because it's going to give me what I want ultimately, being a remote position. Yeah, this reality or this information should give you a different expectation. Now, we relate this to marriage, and we're going to do that in just a second. There's a lot of different layers that's put upon marriage. It's going to break the bridge or explode the dam. Let's look into it because he's getting into it.
Its message in order to do your job. You don't get to choose your coworkers, and for a long time, people didn't get to choose their spouses. But you kind of found a way to make it work because, that's your job. No one really expects to work at a company where their coworkers are their best friends. That is both unrealistic and unnecessary. However, people have no problem believing that their spouses should not only be their co-parents, but also their best friends, and their passionate lovers, and their coaches, and their cheerleaders, and their drinking buddies, and their therapists, and their biggest fans, and their social trophies, etc., etc., etc. It should go without saying, but no one person can be all those things to anyone else. And this is why marriages fail. We want it to be more than it is, and so we expect our partners to be more than they are. One of my favorite authors, Kurt Vonnegut, had an interesting take on this. This is from one of his later collections, God Bless You, Dr. Kevorkian, and he writes, okay, now let's have some fun. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about women. Freud said that he didn't know what women wanted. I know what women want. They want a whole lot of people to talk to. What do they want to talk about? They want to talk about everything. What do men want? They want a lot of pals, and they wish people weren't so mad at them. Why are so many people getting divorced today? It's because most of us don't have extended families anymore. It used to be that when a man and a woman got married, the bride got a lot more people to talk to about everything, and the groom got a lot more pals to tell dumb jokes to. But most of us, if we get married nowadays, are just one more person for the other person. The groom gets one more pal, but it's a woman. The woman gets one more person to talk to about everything, but it's a man. The couple has an argument. They may think it's about money or power or sex or how to raise the kids or whatever. What they're really saying to each other, though, without realizing it, is this: you are not enough people.
Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing. How interesting is that? So now, especially with the internet, people are more lonely than ever. Everything's one-on-one, for the most part through technology. So if we do get married, everyone's feeding in with information to your relationship, but the pressure of that one-on-one, that's why the power dynamics is always strong. The conflict is always high. Their worldview being forced upon you. The female perspective is trying to conquer the male perspective. It's crazy. Yeah. Back in the day, women used to go off with the women and do women things, and men with the men things. And now women are in men's spaces. They're in our workplace. They're in our online space. They're trying to tell us what we can and can't say. It's all too much. It's too close. Way too much conflict. We need separation. We need to be married for a purpose. And then women need to go off and do women stuff with their friends and stuff like that. And men need to be free to do what we want to do. And yeah, we should have mother-in-laws and cousins and uncles and, the whole nine to help us raise our kids. And then outside of that, I should be kicking and having a beer with my brother-in-law. We should be cooling while the women, got the kids over there. And we need to be up early in the morning going to work. And if I got an issue, I should talk to a man. If I got a masculine issue, I should say, I should be talking to a man, confiding, if I have some issue. Women aren't equipped to deal with men's problems. That's just not what they're here for. They're not really empathetic towards masculine problems. And maybe they shouldn't be. It really comes down to expectations, I think. We need families. We need extended families. That's why I am definitely going to Asia, Southeast Asia. That's the spot I've picked. I've lived in Thailand. I've lived in China. I've spent a long time, months at a time in the Philippines. Those people understand family. The Western world, it's all individualized so that they can make money. All goes to the corporations. So definitely look at this knowledge, brothers. The link is down in the description because he gets into, some history, some religion, and it's a good view. He's really got some jewels that he's dropping. So I'm going to end it off right there. Link is in the description once again. Check out his video. There's a lot that we can learn. I'll probably do a part 2. Matter of fact, if I get 20 likes on his video within the next few weeks, I'll do a review and do part 2, because the second half of this video as well is outstanding as well, because he really gets into the history of marriage, the religious aspect, when they changed marriage, and then the laws and how it affects the divorce rate today. So stay tuned, stay with me. I'm gonna holler at you. This is the Gamma Effect. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.